Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from God our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ. God bless you to all my Facebook saints and friends. I pray that all is well. Pray that you have a wonderful, blessed day on this beautiful, glorious Wednesday. I don't know in your neck of the woods, in United States, who are my friends, but, New York City is a beautiful day. Yes, without further ado, I want to share a couple of snippet videos that God had prophesied to me that God will use prophets, theologians. This time God is using theologians, clergymen, to speak on the current events of today. One in which is Baltimore. Baltimore is going through a trying time, because of Freddie Gray. We all know the story about Freddie Gray and how he died in the result of in police custody when he was apprehended. So you know the whole story, about the riots and stuff like that, and so forth and so on. So without further ado, let me head straight to the video snippets. You're going to see a couple of video snippets that God had prophesied to me regarding, how you're going to be using clergy, whether it be prophets or theologians, but this time theologians. God is using like the likes of Pastor Brian and other pastors, other clergy that were on the ground, putting their boots on the ground and pretty much ministering to folks, and how the news media used them to get their perspective of what's going on with this particular current events. Baltimore. All right, so I'm gonna unpause this and you'll see for yourself. The prophecy came to pass. What God gives to me, He gives it to me for a reason, because we gotta hear what thus saith the Lord, to give to the hearts, souls, and the minds of God's people, to let them know about the end times. He's Jesus soon to come rather. Okay, here it is.
Back here at City Hall, the curfew a half hour away already. We've been hearing calls on the street for people to disperse and go home, calls from volunteers. That message being carried in part by local clergy members. Many of them gathered tonight at a massive local AME church not far from here. Leaders calling for calm, community members having the chance to speak out, sharing their stories, sharing their pain. Listen.
The police of Montgomery harass so many students, and people think that it's us, but it's not. One of my friends almost died last year. He got stabbed in the back. The police didn't go to help him. They didn't investigate that. Didn't nobody care.
I grew up with Freddie. These signs that I see every day that I march to say no justice, no peace. No peace. God is upset with this. We can't tear our city down.
Y'all saying y'all trying to help us? Help us. Bring the Vex back in. Help us. We need help. We asking. We begging you for help.
Because they try to make this like it's a isolated event. It's not an isolation event. It's an extinction level event. An African American man has the possibility in his lifetime to produce 4 children. When you take him, how many can you produce?
Pastor Jamal Bryan of the Empowerment Temple Church led the meeting. He joins me tonight. Pastor, it's good to have you on the broadcast again. A lot of people who were at that meeting are now out on the streets. What is the message you are trying to get out there tonight to all the young people who are out on the streets?
The message is very simple, it's very clear. We're asking everybody to go home. We are, in fact, a respectable people here in Baltimore. Last night was an old chapter. Tonight, we officially became one Baltimore. Just like the Bloods and the Crips came together, Christians and Muslims came together tonight, believing that together we're going to change the tide of this city and the narrative of what's taking place here.
You've said that several gangs, the Bloods, the Crips, another group, the Black Guerrilla Family, that they have indicated they are coming together tonight to try to help patrol the community. What impact do you think that is having?
It is having an incredible impact. As a consequence, You don't even have 100 people out tonight because we understand that there is something called positive peer pressure. And the influences of our community are not always elected officials, but people who in fact can speak and other people listen. As a consequence, this sanctuary was filled tonight, over 300 to 500 different leaders of houses of faith, college students, young people, seniors, all believing that what was shown last night is not a full portrayal of what Baltimore represents.
And tonight, do you believe that people will go home in the wake? I mean, what kind of an impact do you think this curfew is going to have?
I think that people are going home, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to be resolved. This curfew is just for 7 days, but the 8th day is the day of new beginnings. And on the 8th day, I'm believing that our city is getting ready to be like a phoenix, rise out of the ashes, and please don't let anybody get confused. We will be marching again. We will be protesting again, but it'll be in a peaceable way. All of the faith communities in Baltimore are going to be marching this Sunday at 3 o'clock outside of City Hall, believing that when God gets in the midst of confusion, we get a resolution. And we still believe that there's some areas of the police department that have got to be corrected, and we still believe that the family of Freddie Gray still isn't deserving of justice.
Well, Pastor Brian, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us tonight, and good luck to you out on the streets tonight. Thank you, sir.
Anderson, thank you. I hate to rush you, but in Baltimore, if I get arrested, 80% of my spine could get severed. Thank you.
Okay, sir. We just have gotten some new information on the